Get ready to take a look behind the scenes and enter the impossible for the Between Two Minds podcast with our hosts, Judge Mentalist and Bernardo Rodriguez. Can they really tell you what you're thinking?
Hello again. It's Judge Mentalist, the hypnotist, coming at you with another amazing preview for the upcoming Performing Hypnosis Summit. This is the first preview talk that I'll be doing in 2025. Yeah, I'm still adjusting to the new year and saying it. And we are in the month of PHS. It is just a couple of weeks away, and I am super excited. I mean, look, you know, from watching these, I'm excited every time I do one of these because the Performing Hypnosis Summit is chock full of amazing speakers, amazing performers, amazing business minds, just an incredible amount of value to any performer. Obviously, in the forefront are hypnotists and performing hypnotists, but quite frankly, as I have said before, much of what is on the slate and on the calendar is fantastic for really any performer in the stage and mystery arts. Today, I am excited to share the screen and share some time with TV's favorite hypnotist, somebody who's got an amazing resume, an amazing career, and in just a few weeks in Las Vegas at the Performing Hypnosis Summit, will be sharing some amazing insight with us. For you, it's morning, so good morning, Tom Silver. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Can I just call you Judge?
That works.
All right. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be going to the summit this month, and I'm glad to be passing on some amazing techniques that I used in my business of hypnosis for many, many years that created tremendous success. And thank you so much for having me on the show this morning. For some of you who don't know me, I've been in the field of hypnotism for many years. You know, I'm only 20 years old, but I've been in the field of hypnosis for 40 years. And no, I'm not 20 years old. But I've also been on many, many TV shows. And sure, I call myself TV's favorite hypnotist. Why not? I've been on over 24 television shows in America itself. My own CBS special back in 1997 called Hypnotized. I was on many, many different talk shows. I had my own hour show on Discovery Channel called Brainwashed, which was on the Curiosity series. I've been on The Doctors, The Man Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live twice. So I've been all over the place, and I've developed some amazing methods and techniques in hypnosis. Now, I am a performing hypnotist. I'm also a hypnotherapist, where I have had a private practice for, close to 40 years, teaching people how to operate their minds, conscious and subconscious, effectively, correctly, and successfully for them to be able to reach their goals. Also, I have been teaching around the world scientific neurophysiological hypnosis, all over the place, Holland, Taiwan, and China, and everywhere. I worked for the Taiwan Department of Defense and done a lot of stage comedy performance hypnosis. So I'm a big believer that hypnosis is a science that involves many realms. It's an art and a science, just like medicine is an art and a science. If we want to go down to any level, mechanics is an art and a science. Law is an art and a science. So when we this training, the summit coming up this month, it's an amazing opportunity for everyone, whether you're a beginning hypnotist, whether you're a performing hypnotist, hypnotherapist, whether you're but whether you're an entertainer or someone interested in the science, the mind science of hypnosis. This is one summit that really I recommend that you attend, and is worthwhile. We pass on information, knowledge, technology, techniques. We give it to you as our gift to pass on the science and the art of hypnosis to you.
Fantastic. Now, I am so enthralled by what I have observed of what you've done with what you'll be talking about at PHS. being these halftime shows, because I came from, as far as performance is concerned, entertainment wise, because my trial lawyer day job is all performance in its own right, from the world of mentalism. So we'll do, full scale shows just like a hypnotist, 45 minutes, an hour or whatnot, but it's all broken up in different routines, so that if somebody were to contact me and say, hey, I want you to do 6 minutes here, or 4 minutes there, or 10-minute slot here, I have something that I can pull out of that to do it. Now, I am relatively, especially compared to your resume, new as far as a performing hypnotist is concerned. And
Right.
my perception on these shows is that they're big. Time-wise, I don't want to do my show. And again, we're rewiring the brain here, and we're learning new things, and we're shifting paradigms, which is
Right.
all of the point of not only what we do, but what we'll be doing at PHS. I envision these as, I'm not doing hypnosis if I don't have a minimum of 30 minutes. But you're doing halftime shows, or we're doing halftime shows that, as far as your crowd time, would average what? 5 minutes? 8?
5.5 minutes for NBA, college NCAA basketball. I get a little bit more time, so maybe 7 or 8 minutes. And that is a full hypnosis entertainment show where the fans in the audience become the stars of the show. And during that show, during those 5.5 minutes or 8 or 9 minutes, depending on what sports realm that I'm in, I'm doing 12 demonstrations, 12 amazing, captivating hypnosis demonstrations.
Now, I have seen some of those videos, and you are rapid fire. We're doing this. Now we're doing that. Now we're doing this. And it's just, but it's so like, you capture the attention of, and these are what, usually 19, 20,000 people?
It could be anywhere. It could be from 10,000 to 29,000 people. If it's a major playoff, like for the NBA, like I've done.
So if you, this is a tool, like this is, when I see stuff like this and the opportunity to come learn this, I'm like, that is a tool that I want in my toolbox. Will I pursue the halftime shows specifically? I don't know. I'm going to learn more about it and whether or not it's a lifestyle that is suited for me at PHS, but understand that it's more. You're going to learn a format here that you don't have to take to the half court of a halftime show at an NBA or a college game or whatever. You can take it, because I know that I am not alone in sitting here thinking, how do I do a worthwhile demonstration of hypnosis and what I know that I have been kind of trained to think I need 30 or more minutes to do this and do it right. I can give you 6 minutes. This means you've got a tool when you learn this stuff in this format that you can use almost anywhere. You're in a bar, you're in a restaurant, you're out on the street. And I'm not talking about street hypnosis, but it's some in substance to it. What better way? Let's say you've got a show this weekend and you're in an area and there's a crowd of people and you end up having this conversation. Well, I've got 6 minutes. Let me actually show you. Now we're doing, and not just talking about theory and hoping somebody shows up. This is a fantastic tool, I think, for anybody that does shows of any format to have in their toolbox, because who else is out there sitting there thinking, I mean, obviously we're here with TV's favorite hypnotist. You don't get 30 minutes when you're on TV. You're
exactly
4. You're lucky to get 4.
Lucky to get 4. And when I'm on TV and the producer says, well, you've got to do a past life regression on a lady who doesn't believe in past lives and remove a phobia of her being stabbed in the back of the head and killed, and you got 4 minutes, you better know what you're doing or it's not going to work. And I think when you really think about the formula and the method that I will be teaching over at the summit in NBA halftime shows, you can actually use these techniques to do TV shows, to do radio shows. You know, I did radio shows. I used to be on the radio on morning shows for many, many years. For 10 years, I was on the Kevin and Bean KROQ radio show at least 3 or 4 or 5 times a year, showing demonstrations and promoting my hypnotherapy practice. So when you think about performance hypnosis, think about the crossover in marketing, your skills, your abilities, as not just as a performer, but as a hypnotherapist. You know, when I was doing those radio shows, and I was doing everything from removing cigarette smoking to having someone fall in love with the radio host or whatever it was, I was seeing 17, 18 clients a day. I was doing half-hour sessions and seeing approximately 17 to 18 cash-paying clients a day. Needless to say, in a number of days, I was pretty exhausted, of course. Who wouldn't be?
Oh, of course.
But I also had a ton of revenue to take back home to my family. And that was
so
one of the successes.
This is some next level stuff, because I have been talking to hypnotherapists for months and months and months about, hey, you should explore one of two things: either linking up with one of us stage guys or doing stage shows yourself, because getting clients is all about exposing what you do to larger groups of people. It's just general marketing. And imagine, and this has been my pitch up until, and I'm about to change this pitch because of this talk right here. Not even the talk that you're going to do at PHS, but just talking about radio.
Right.
Imagine having 100 plus potential leads for your hypnotherapy practice, all watching you and having a great time seeing what you do. And this is my pitch for somebody to start doing stage work or link up with somebody who does. When you're on the radio doing this is thousands and thousands of people.
Tens, hundreds of thousands of people.
And it's out there.
And the greatest thing is, if you do it correctly, you know, I'm just not doing a dog and pony show. I'm just not this, you know, guy coming out with the glitter and all that stuff, which I could if I wanted to. But I'm also, when I'm doing these shows, I'm educating, I'm entertaining, and I'm also inspiring people about how powerful this dual processing computer is. I mean, even when I do the halftime shows, let me tell you an interesting story.
Sure.
I was doing I'd come out about 3 or 4 times a year to WNES radio in Indianapolis, Indiana, the Ann and Scott show. And the reason they call me back is because I bring them listeners. People are enthralled. They're excited. They're intrigued to know about hypnosis. And if you conduct your presentations and demonstrations in a successful, motivating way, you have a captive audience. And so I was doing those shows. And after one of the successful shows, I get a call from a guy named Barry Donovan. You have that letter right there from Barry Donovan, the Indiana Pacers. Maybe you can show it for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, right, here we go.
Yeah, so it shows
cut us off a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not just, blowing air out to you. I'm telling you the facts. So I get a call from Barry Donovan. He says to me, Tom, I loved your radio show. He goes, how would you like to be the first hypnotist to ever do an NBA halftime show? And all of a sudden, where does my mind go? Like most people, it can't be done. No way, failure. I can't do that. Fear. I went into fear. But that's natural. We're human beings. If you've never done something, how do you know you can do it until you try it and test it and perfect it? So he says, I said, I'm not sure I can do it. He goes, well, it's 5.5 minutes. And right away I'm thinking, I've been doing stage shows where your technique, your process, or what we call induction is 20, 25 minutes, or whatever. And so I said, what were you thinking of, what the dates? He goes, well, Friday the 13th in December. Okay, that makes sense. Or April 1st, April Fools, right away I'm thinking April 1st, because I don't want to be thrown into, into the NBA with all these sports fans, trying to get me off the court. And so I'm thinking, well, I'll wait till April 1st. Then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. If I can crack a code, if I can make this thing happen, if I believe I can do it and I create a formula, maybe the guy will have me back April 1st and I'll have 2 shows out of it. So I said, okay, I'll do the Friday the 13th. So I started working on a formula and technique to hypnotize people at the game, sports fans, not bringing people in. This is not a stage. That's the only reason I kind of, wonder about that word stage hypnosis, because stage sometimes makes people think it's not real. It's been set up. But what we do is entertainment, performance, demonstrational hypnosis, whatever you want to call it. But I was going to be hypnotizing the audience members and turning them into the stars of the show. And that's what I kind of called it. I said an electrifying hypnosis halftime show where your fans become the stars of the show. I believe in making people feel good, having them do something they have never done in their life before. Because if they can do that, they can do anything. They can succeed in their life, in
Absolutely.
school, in test scores, in business, in relationships, anything. If you believe in yourself, you can do almost anything. So anyway, I worked on that formula and method, and December 13th came up pretty quick. And of course, I was nervous. I'm standing outside. I'm on the side court. The game's on. There's all these sports fans. It's a full house, Indiana Pacers. People yelling and screaming. I'm thinking, oh, man, I got to go out there and I'm going to do this thing. But whatever happens is going to happen. I'm just going to do the best I can do. I'm going to believe I can do it. And I'm doing it for entertainment purposes. Like they have all kinds of different various entertainers, like you were talking about, mentalism, or we talked about in the past, quick change, which would change clothes every microsecond. So anyway, I went out there and did the show. Slam dunk, 3-point success. I shot it in the hoop. The audience loved it. They were roaring. The aisles were empty during halftime. People weren't going up getting a hot dog and beer. They wanted to see the process and the show. It was extraordinary. I also got, of course, April Fools, April 1st. Barry Donovan sent out a note to all the NBA teams. This is a new form of entertainment for you. Next thing you know, I'm the NBA hypnotist. And I did halftime shows literally for over 15, 16 years. And talk about an income, a secondary or primary income to what I was already doing in my career in hypnotherapy and performance or demonstrational hypnosis. I was making a good high 6 figures every year just in sports entertainment. One year I became the arena football halftime show of the year. Arena football.
Yeah.
Hockey. And then I worked my way down. I started at NBA and then I went down to colleges, NCAA Division I, men and women's basketball. There are hundreds and hundreds of teams and athletic departments that need some form of entertainment during that show. And you could be that entertainment. And I'm going to teach you these techniques. I'm not charging you a penny. I don't care about your money. I don't want to make money off you. I've done it. I've made money. Money doesn't make me. I want to pass this on because I think it's a great form of entertainment, a great form to promote who you are as a therapist, if you want to do it that way. It's a great form of increasing your confidence by walking out in front of all these people and captivating the audience and showing entertainment. And it's also fantastic because everyone that comes into your show leaves empowered with a new confidence. I'm going to teach you what I do after the show to tune everybody up to go out and do greatness in their lives. And believe me, I've heard from some of these people in these shows years and years later that have tremendous successes happiness in their life because they were in that halftime show. So I'm really looking forward to you coming out and being part of it live.
Yes,
I
yes.
think that's an important part. Learn from me hands-on, feel the kinesthetics, learn the techniques of how I do it. Even see some of the behind the scenes footage that I've never showed anybody. I've never taught anybody these techniques before, and I'm passing them on to you. And if you decide to embrace them, to get excited like I still am about hypnosis or entertainment, you can make a tremendous income and you can change people's lives and you can have more fun than you could ever have imagined in your entire life being a sports halftime show hypnotist.
Yeah, I mean, look, people that are out there, and some of the talks and some of the conversation that I have with other performers is all about, hey, how do I increase my fees? I keep getting people that are trying to book me that they say they have a limited budget. It's the NBA. It's the WNBA. It's the NHL. It's collegiate sports. Believe you me, they have a budget.
Well, they have the budget because they endorse many different companies that love to advertise at their sports events. Go to a sports game. Look at the banners all around. It is a vehicle for marketing, exposure, and advertising. So these various big business, and you're marketing, exposing, and advertising yourself at the same time. Now, sometimes I've had company sponsored nights where the volunteers actually wore, T-shirts with the company's logos on them, and millions and millions and millions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, are given into these college athletics, into professional athletics, into the minor leagues of the NBA, which used to be called the Continental Basketball Association, into hockey games. I've done hockey, into football. So you are part of that advertising and you're getting some revenue from the advertisers.
Yeah.
And it's not just, a few $100s. They're paying your airfare. They're putting you up in a nice hotel. You're being paid thousands of dollars. And you're increasing your self-worth, the value of what you could give to others, not just in entertainment and education, but in the effectiveness of hypnosis as a science. And I've even hypnotized athletes before shows who had sports blocks. I was in West Virginia and I hypnotized the whole basketball team to believe in themselves. So you can cross over your many businesses in the field, in the realm of hypnosis, and I believe that's worthwhile and it's valuable. And I'm going to pass this on to you.
You can open up the door to almost any opportunity you want to explore. Let's say you don't want to have a career of doing halftime shows, but you get into it and do some. Who's saying no to hiring you with a resume like this? Even if you've only done 10 of these shows, whatever it is, even if it's just collegiate basketball, which is still
do you know how many teams there are in college? Do you know how many times I did a halftime show at the University of Notre Dame? And there were like priests all over the audience.
Oh yeah. And then you take that.
Over.
Who's not hiring the guy or gal who's doing that?
The other great thing is I have stopped doing these shows for a number of years. So you could go in fresh, brand new, being trained, being mentored by me, Tom Silver, the guy who made it all happen, and, I'm willing to be there for you if you're really serious, at the summit and even after the summit, we could become friends.
Yeah, well, let's shut it down. Let's not offer it to everybody else. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I'm really excited about this because I never thought I was going to ever I thought I was going to leave this world not passing it on to anybody. Jerry Valley, other people involved in entertainment have always asked me, how do you do it, Tom? How do you do it? Even some of the sports agencies that I've worked for, the talent agencies that book sports events, and most events I book myself, I'll teach you how to do that. They also want to know the secrets, how I do it. But I don't want to be replaced by somebody else, so I never told anybody. So this is the very first time ever in the history of my life that I'm passing it on to you, and I'm doing it over at the Hypnosis Summit this month. And I'm really excited about doing this. I'm excited about this because there's been a number of people that have really believed in what I have done, and people that I've worked with, Jim Kellner, other people in the past. And I was trained by Orman McGill. I worked with Orman McGill. We were close friends. Some of you don't know Orman if you're new in the field, but he was called the Dean of American Hypnotists. Very renowned hypnotist, magician, as well as demonstrational stage hypnotist. So it's really great when people who have walked the walk, who understand the technology, the science, the methodology, the process, can pass it on to you. And that's why I'm excited about doing it. I'm not a textbook trainer. I didn't go to a course and read a book, and now I'm pretending to teach you.
Right.
I have a life track record that proves what I have done has been effective and successful, and I can pass it on to you.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go soon, but I want to run through some more of these letters because we've shown the one from the Pacers, but you've done tons and tons of these shows. Here is one. We're going to go through a couple of these that you sent me real quick. This one here is from the WNBA and the Monarchs. And this is, once again, Tom Silver's hypnotic act wowed Arco Arena. So this isn't a letter that you're getting from the first time doing it. This is a subsequent time.
Read the whole thing.
Yeah, even for those in attendance, many cannot believe their own eyes. If you're a performing hypnotist, you've had people tell you this, but not 19,000 people all at once. Tom Silver is without a doubt the hypnotist for the Stars and one of the best overall halftime acts in basketball. In addition to his outstanding act, he's very professional, easy to deal with. I recommend his act for any venue. You have got to see it to believe it. There's an important line in here for entertainers who are looking to elevate where they are. Okay. He is an outstanding act. He's very professional and easy to deal with. I tell people this all the time. You can be the best, but you don't have to be the best. Be the easiest to deal with. There is a certain level that you certainly must maintain performance-wise, but you don't have to be the absolute best in the world. If you're the easiest to work with, you will get booked again and again and again. Because if you are, I don't have something here to bleep myself, but if you're an a-hole and you are not easy to deal with, nobody's sending a letter out to the rest of the NBA or the WNBA or whatever collegiate NCAA saying, hey, you've got to book this person. If you're easy to deal with, it'll be easy to get them to send that letter. This one is from the Orlando Magic. April 27th, Orlando Magic. Hypnotizing performance was outstanding and was one of the most memorable acts we've had this season. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know, the NBA plays 82 games a year, 41 of them at home. The most memorable act they've had this season. So it's not like something that happens once a year and it's the most memorable. No, of the whole season. And you're talking about this coming from a billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. Your efforts led to an excellent response and impressed our fans and staff members alike. I would highly recommend you to any other organization interested in booking your talents. Thanks again. Your support of the Magic is very much appreciated. I look forward to working with you again. Just imagine trying to book yourself anywhere, like I said before, and having a letter like this in your package to send out. You want to do a cruise ship? Show them you've worked. They don't have as many people on the whole ship as they have in one of these arenas. Now we'll save the best one here for last, probably, or at least it's got the amazing zinger line that we all as performers love to hear from audience members and certainly of bookers alike. This one here comes from Washington. They're the Wizards now. I think they were the Bullets at the time that you did this show.
No, these were the Wizards. Does it say that on the bottom?
It's it says Wizards at the bottom. It says Bullets in there. So it must have been right around the time of the transition.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's with the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was playing. Read that one. That sounds like a good one.
Thank you for your great halftime performance at the Bullets versus Chicago Bulls NBA playoff game on April 30th. Probably one of the years that one of the many years that Michael went on to win an NBA championship. Your fantastic hypnotic performance matched the intensity of the sold out crowd. The NBA is not like some little thing. I mean, I know I'm saying this to people that don't need to hear this. This is the line right here. This is it. I was a skeptic of hypnosis before your show, but not anymore. I would highly recommend your services to any NBA or NHL team. It's a guaranteed success. Best of luck in the future. Hope to see you back in Washington soon.
Wow.
For anybody who wants to rebook an event or learn how to put on a performance that you will immediately be rebooked, I hope to see you back in Washington soon. That is basically hey, tell me when you want me back. Let's go. You are rebooked. This is career making stuff right here. And as you said, the information is yours for free. And one of the things about Tom's presentation at PHS, obviously the event is growing. There are more and more presenters, more and more attendees. You are alone in your time slot. So if you've seen the calendar, if you're already registered, you've looked down for most of the presentations, there's 2 different rooms and you've got to pick between this show or this presentation and that presentation, and really 3 of them that you have to choose because of the online format. This right here, no competition, no choices to be made. If you are there and you are not taking a nap in your room, you get to take on, so you don't have to miss something somebody else is doing. Not that why wouldn't you want to see this? This is fantastic, no matter where you want to go, because the tool in your toolbox that this is going to provide to you, even if let's say you don't want to go perform in front of 20,000 people. Okay, you've got something that you can take and perform anywhere, anytime, and in such a short amount of time. There's no way you can't figure out how to elevate your career with this blueprint. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I'm really excited about doing this and presenting the formula and the method to everyone who attends the summit. And I'm really excited about meeting you, being there, being part of this amazing team of experts. That's what's so great about the people that are going to be at the summit, January 24th, 5th, and 6th, correct? Yep. Yeah. Is that the people there have integrity, they're sincere, they've had life experiences. They're the people you want to engage with, you want to meet, and you want to absorb their knowledge and their philosophies, because it will advance your tool chest to be even better than you already are. And that's what I want to be. I look forward to being better tomorrow than the way I was today. And this is a type of event that that just doesn't come along every month. This is this the 3rd year?
This is the 3rd year overall, 2nd year that has had the live and in-person component. And this is not like every or any other conference or convention that you've gone to. And I'm not saying that they're all like this, but we're very, very attuned to seeing a talk or a presentation and then exit through the gift shop with your credit card in hand. I don't know that any of these presentations, not just yours, you've come right out and said it. I'm pretty sure that I have said it. There is nothing for sale at the end of the talk. And as far as any of the talks that I went through last year, there was pretty much nothing for sale. There's not the, hey, I'm going to give you this taste and then I want to get $2,000 from you so that I can string you along for a year. That's not what the Performing Hypnosis Summit is about. That is not something that I have observed or anticipate from any of the presenters. So rest assured that unless you spend too much time in the casino or decide to take in all of the fabulous dining that's there in Las Vegas, what you're signing up for price-wise is what you're going to spend. It's not going to be like hey, come see my talk and I'm going to tell you everything except for that last most important thing. And then I'm going to charge you $10,000 to get that last little, I'm going to give you the door and I'm going to give you the lock, but you got to buy the key. That's not what's happening at PHS. You're getting the lock, you're getting the key, you're getting the door, everything that's on the other side of it, which is just, you don't get this everywhere. You don't get this anywhere else.
Well, it's awesome. And for $29.95, you can purchase this DVD that'll show you my demonstrations. No back ending. Years ago, this was really interesting. Orman McGill was teaching a day course at Gil Boyne's School of Hypnotism. Now, if you don't know who Gil Boyne is, he's a pretty renowned hypnotist. His schools are still out there. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had Orman hooked up a wireless headset. It was great. Orman was like in the future. He wasn't using a handheld. And between every half hour, Gil would come out with a new book. He just found this. I just found this. I was just in my closet and I just found this and it's available right now to you. Excuse me, but that's BS. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to give you something. I'm here to teach you something. I'm here to present you with another opportunity that you could use in your career, whether it's hypnosis, entertainment, comedy, therapy, whatever it is, it will be a valuable tool for you to learn. And I think that's why they didn't put other trainers during my training. This really is a valuable tool. Everything you're going to learn there is valuable, believe me. But
I have interviewed probably close to half of the presenters. I don't know the exact number percentage wise, and I have reviewed the topic at least for each and every one of them, and I am confident that if you only had, and I actually got a message from somebody the other day that's only able to come for one of the days of the summit, any one program itself, if you were only available to hop in for 1 hour to PHS, the price you pay for the whole conference, you will get that value back in any one of these talks. Not just yours, certainly yours. Yours is just, it speaks for itself. But in each and every one of these has just so much tremendous value. And folks that have got tried and true methodologies to whatever it is that they're talking about. There are you can learn speed inductions, this format. You can learn about marketing your shows, how to open up different avenues, just so much for performers at the Performing Hypnosis Summit. I can't wait. And also I'm sitting here in Maryland where there's several inches of snow on the ground. So the only thing I'm thinking about is Las Vegas right now and getting out of this cold. So that's also a plus. Maybe that's a good reason to go out there too. You've been looking for that excuse to go to Las Vegas. Here it is. Because if you are even a part-time performer who's got a business in your own name, you already know this. Your flight you can write off, your hotel you can write off, the PHS Summit, which is probably the least expensive of those three things, you can write that off. Fantastic. You probably can write off all the drinks you drink too. Probably not your gambling, but that's a personal choice. But so much of this stuff that you get to write off a vacation. Who doesn't love it?
Well, think about it too. You mentioned gambling. There's going to be someone there that will help remove that emotional obsession if you wanted. But the fact is, you said the one word, value. I mean, the value of this platform of this Performing Hypnosis Summit. The value, really, you can't even put a dollar figure on it. As far as I'm concerned, the value of what you will learn by being part of this and the relationships that you will be able to build with the people that you will meet at this summit, is priceless. It really is. So, and I'm not trying to sell you and oversell. I don't want to be I'm not selling you a car or anything, but I do believe that this thing at this summit is more valuable than most people even realize right now.
You're not trying to sell a car, but it is unequivocally true that the presentations that you will take in at PHS can drive your career. And
absolutely.
That's just it's check out obviously this talk is going to be career changing, but look at the schedule. All of the topics are on there. If you can't find 10 things in there that are for you and that you can tell just from that one sentence, then okay, maybe this isn't the career for you. That's the only conclusion that I can come to. So any last words before we let everybody go?
Well, you said something about drive the career when I'm talking about a car. I might say, get your foot off the brake right now, take it out of park, get into drive, and move your career to a different level and come to the summit, because it'll happen. And you will see the results. You will see your advancement. You will be able to feel the opportunities of abundance. And all you have to do is just take a little bit of an action. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's it for me.
So much.
Thank you, brother.
This time with us. We'll see you in just a few weeks. I'm looking forward to spending time with you. Obviously, taking this in and just soaking it all up. It's certainly something that I could see myself starting to take on and starting to explore. And like I said, it's a fantastic springboard to open up the doors to everything else that you want to do. So absolutely. We'll see everybody out there in just a few weeks. We are less than 3 weeks now, and before you know it, we'll be right there in Las Vegas. So,
and the other cool thing is, some of us I'll be breaking bread with you. We'll be going out and spending time, not just in the courses that you'll be attending, but we'll be spending time in between those courses, after those courses. Building up relationships is what it's all about. Knowledge and relationships, integrity, honesty, passion, and the confidence that I can do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's just as much value off the schedule as there is on the schedule. So thank you so much. See you in a few weeks. See everybody out there in a couple of weeks. This is going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. Let's go. Let's elevate our careers here. Be well, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Between Two Minds Behind the Scenes podcast. Be sure to follow us on social media under Between Two Minds with the number 2 instead of TWO, or under Enter the Impossible. Thank you, and we hope to see you back for the next episode.